Sin City Submission Series is proudly brought to you by CBD Health Solutions, injitsu.com, Impacts Dental Designs NYC, and Zebra Mats. Train with confidence.
Right now, we've got Abdul coming in against Marco. And here's the thing about this one. We were watching this off and on live throughout the many different streams that were going on. And I knew that there was a collection of folks, not just the 10th Planet, who were excited to see Abdul come back. But, I mean, as you mentioned, with Marco making his entry into this, I just felt like, man, what a great opportunity for these young guys to get out there.
I'm going to tell you what, Marco Brito really impressed in this tournament. He came in, I didn't know who he was. He's friends and teammates with Manny Moreno from Ares. They showed up with their coaches and said, hey, we got one more left. We actually had a last-minute pullout at 155 pounds. One of the competitors got injured. So we were going to run the bracket with 15, and it turns out Marco showed up, ready to go, made the weight, paid the fees, and was ready to compete. Marco, being Brazilian, his English wasn't super great, but I talked to him a little bit, found out this kid's only a blue belt. And you guys are going to watch this match and understand why that's impressive, because he really goes out and man, he was submission hungry. And also the biggest thing I was impressed with was his composure. You guys are going to see in this match a lot of composure from a young kid who's a blue belt. I honestly thought he was like a brown belt or something.
I didn't know he was a blue belt.
No, he
Good on
is,
him,
and he's solid. So it's going to be a pretty exciting matchup here. Pretty even as far as their skill levels and what they bring to the table. We see Marco setting up on bottom here. He's got the Joker green hair.
Yep.
Abdul sitting.
And one of the things I was looking at when I was watching this live was I saw they kept going straight back to mercy a number of times. Just the interlocking of the hands was just super aggressive, though, because I was like, yeah, that's not a game I want to play.
Dude, that's honestly one of my pet peeves. Oh, and you see Marco attacking that straight ankle lock right now. He had a really tight, straight ankle attack that he was attacking a lot of. Now, again, I think he trains at Ares BJJ up in Northern California. And, they're primarily a gi school, but they are savvy with the leg locks. You can see Marco going at it. I think if Marco developed some time in the heel hook positions, he would really create some breaking pressure. Because I'm telling you right now, Abdulaziz doing everything correct, fighting Marco's foot off his hip and sitting back. But Marco is relentless, back to the same foot, looking to attack it. He was relentless on this leg in this match, and he really, really takes it to Abdulaziz. Abdulaziz, training at 10 PHQ, is no stranger to defending leg attacks with the monsters out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I look at so many of these transitions, and it's just really...
Deep toe hold attempt. Deep toe hold attempt. Got Marco to let that go off of that toe hold attempt.
But we're talking like very, very small details are keeping that from being finished, though.
Absolutely. And, that's the name of the game here, is a small game of inches going on. Abdulaziz trying to find that inside position with his feet. Like I said, he trains at 10 PHQ with those guys. Marvin Castell, world-class leg locker. Patrick Dobinian, great leg locker. And you see, Marco really going on that straight ankle, going belly down. Abdulaziz doing everything right, keeping that foot off the hip. See how he's controlling that foot, pushing it off his hip, and is able to escape his knee line and pull his foot out there. That's the key, is not letting a closed wedge lock up on your leg, and Abdulaziz knows that, and he displayed some great defensive skills there.
If you think about the amount of time that they spent there and the fact that there wasn't a finish, it does show a solid recognition of not freaking out in that position. And that's usually one of the best ways to get out of a high pressure situation like that.
Exactly. Having the technical knowledge to escape leg locks is really what's separating, the no-gi elite players these days. Is you need a technical knowledge of the ins and outs of heel hooks and other leg attacks. And that's something that, 10th Planet takes extremely serious, being one of the more obviously established no-gi gyms. There are a lot more these days. I'll tell you what, when I started training 12 years ago, even I talked a lot of shit about 10th Planet, when I was a gi guy. And, just over the last few years, man, they've really proven the effectiveness and efficiency of their system in competing at a high level. Obviously, the Don Herdez squad, with their proliferation of no-gi jiu-jitsu, there's beginning to be a lot bigger push for no-gi, and I was happy to. And there's back to that footlock. Marco Brito's going deep on those legs in this match, trying to hit the roll through Berimbolo, but sitting back. And like I said, these guys, they're showing such a high level of technical knowledge that it makes for really competitive matches, and that it's very even.
Yeah, that is something to behold as you are watching this match. The amount of attacks that they've both had to let go just because of recognition of like, you know what, this just isn't going to serve me right now.
Right, or it's a testament to the other guy throwing an attack counter back and being like, oh, I got to let go in order to escape my foot now, and that's what you're seeing.
I think I remembered at least 15 times counting each of them saying shit, just letting it go.
Oh, at least. That's always a big factor.
But I mean, even here, dude, like this is, again, a finishing position for a number of people, at least for your entry to start.
And you see Abdulaziz, again, separating the legs, not allowing a class. He's attacking that outside heel hook while Marco's got a reverse ankle lock grip with his right arm. Abdulaziz trying to hit that outside heel hook just to create enough pressure to get him to let go. Not really a finishing position, a heel hook, but there he goes, belly down again. Abdulaziz fighting that secondary leg, not letting her lock it, and Marco has forced to let go, realizes that his attempts are futile there.
But that's such great recognition for both of them. Just like the amount of movement that just took place within that last 10 seconds right there.
Definitely. I think Marco's just realizing a little bit like, okay, this is my attack. This is what I'm going to stick with. He keeps getting the entry to Ashi, but man, I'm telling you, Abdulaziz spends a lot of time, I don't want to say all his time defending. I'm sure he throws a lot of offense too, but he spends a ton of time defending leg locks at 10 Planet HQ. Like I'm telling you, it's pretty obvious here in his defensive knowledge. He locks up the outside. Ashi control, maybe looking for that outside heel hook. He's got a little toe stuck. We're going to keep going. But he's looking to counter now. Marco is just kind of sitting, relaxing in this position. Abdul doesn't quite have hands clasped, and they're just trying to jockey for position in here.
So at this point, you're also signaling for time, right? Because I think at a certain point, you're probably watching this and being like, yo, I feel like I've seen this for a bit. Like, these guys have been going like monsters for this whole time.
Nice toe hold attempt is forcing Abdulaziz to roll several times, pushing up into that cage, and that's one of those factors. And, I don't know if Marco has a lot of cage experience because he was doing the right thing, forcing that roll into the cage, but now he stopped when they're close to it, tried to transition to a knee bar, lost position, and now you see Abdulaziz coming on top. And that may be, just a little lack of maybe experience in the cage and knowing how to use it to your advantage right there.
But it was also like making that stop right there as opposed to maybe just like a half second later where you can kind of exit on your terms and slow it down.
And here we see Abdulaziz sat back on that Ashi entry and goes outside heel hook. One thing, again, I was impressed with Marco was with composure. He showed zero worry or concern in his face at any time. Even when Abdulaziz had in a tight heel hook like that, he just didn't his poker face was solid.
Yeah.
And that's a big factor too, man. Is like you can't be giving away ins to the opponent there, letting him know that you're freaking out when he's twisting on your foot.
Yeah. Again, just such a back and forth on this one. I mean, one of the nice parts about this one in terms of watching both of these gentlemen attack is I feel like even though you've talked about the mechanics of trying to finish here, I think I have seen enough displays where they have to figure, man, how am I going to finish this? Like, I've gotten to a point where I've used about 5 different transitions.
And there he goes into that knee bar transition now, and that's looking a little tighter.
Wow.
And there's that position. Like we said, you're looking to maybe create some action at the last few seconds. But like you said, you got to realize at a certain point, this guy has defended everything I got leg lock wise. We're giving Brito the chance to call a coin flip. He ended up losing. Abdulaziz, I believe, ended up deferring. So he's going to let Marco go first. And again, that's part of strategy as well because Abdul won the coin toss and chose to defer. And that's going to allow him to know how much time he's going to need exactly to win this. And so we're starting on the back position with Marco on the back. And when you get the even matches like this is what it comes down to. One reason, I guess, you're going to see this action real quick and I'll explain.
Okay. I like that you cut yourself off midway through. You're like, no, something good's happening here,
something
kids.
Something good could happen here, so I just don't want to ruin it for them. But you're going to see good control here, tight technical control. And again, EBI escape is something that they work quite a bit at 10 Planet HQ. I mean, this is the name of the game over here for 10 Planet. So they're working on their escape constantly. Marco showing great control with that wrist grab.
Absolutely.
Staying with the tight body triangle. And you see how that body triangle is in between his legs. A lot of people are using that, specifically keeping it between the legs in order to control the hips, because people try to put the triangle lock side on the bottom like you see Abdulaziz doing right here with the reverse Alcatraz escape. There goes that foot right there to pry it open. Beautiful hip work. And now he's trapping that foot in between his legs. So there is a little bit of debate technique-wise on what's better, locking that outside leg of the triangle on the outside or keeping it between your opponent's legs. And there we see the hip escape, and that's the time. Hips are squared up. They're going to go ahead and record that time with the timekeeper. And Abdulaziz gets his rebuttal. He gets to choose armbar or back position.
Did the timekeeper get a match?
No. In fact, one of my timekeepers had to leave in the middle of the tournament,
No!
leaving me to scramble for another timekeeper. You know who you are, you scumbag. And I also gave him a rash guard. You're welcome. You know who you are. Anyway.
Yeah, that's great. All right, they probably didn't expect that. Let's return back to the action over here. Reversal of fortune now.
So anyway, we had enough to deal with at the tournament. Back to competitive-wise. Marco turning belly down and looks like he's going to square his hips up. Abdulaziz keeping a hold of that control, transitioning to the armbar.
Ooh.
Great roll through on the spider web. Marco keeping that defense. I thought he was going to tap right here because he threw the foot over, and he actually is throwing up a great defense, using his legs to pry that head off. And, ooh, belly down. The arm is extended, fully extended. Marco's not tapping. I gave him all the time in the world, and he escapes there at the end. It was unbelievable how straight that arm was. Trust me, I was inches away. I was screaming in my head.
And more importantly, it felt like he had a moment where he almost put himself back in, because you could see him out. And the hard part is, you like, when your arm is that trapped, you do need a moment to recalibrate, get back into the center, and then get it out. But man, for a split second, I got nervous watching it on the live feed where I go, oh my God, did he throw him? Oh, he's out. Okay.
Yeah, it was a close one, man. I was screaming in my head. But, one thing I really worked on in preparation for this was not stopping matches prematurely. These guys are adults.
Yeah.
This is for money. I'm going to let you break your arm if you want that to happen. That's up to you, my man.
What a great promoter promise.
I'm just saying.
No,
we're all adults.
I get it. No, it's fine. It's just like, hey, listen, Sin City Submission Series. You'll break your arm.
Yeah, break your arm. We don't give a shit. What's going on? No, I'm just kidding. Be like, listen, I fell down a flight of stairs at the Luxor. We'll drop you off at the emergency room. We'll get you fixed up.
Oh, I fell down. No. Oh, no.
So clumsy.
All right. Who is up right now?